Okay. By training as a monk, has your practice of meditation improved? How and why? Oh. I guess briefly I would say partial, half and half. Sometimes I look back at my lay life, my lay meditation, and I'm like, wow, my meditation then was a lot more peaceful. I liked it back then. But of course, that's me like attaching, right? Like I said, some of the deepest concentrations I've ever been in were in my office at work, not sitting here on the asana as a monk in the meditation hall. So, but it's really all about, in that regard, it's really all about how much you have clinging in your mind, right? For me, I know as soon as I became a monk or thinking about it, it's like, oh, okay, or now I'm gonna be up in front of people and I haven't attained jhanas and I'm this and this. How am I supposed to teach this and say these things and all these things? And all of this is just extra weight, extra attachment in my mind that is keeping me from having calm and peaceful meditation, right? And that's in general, no matter what situation you are in your life. Of course, in lay life, well, it was like, oh, okay, I'm just, I had all my lay worries and stuff, but my meditation was just like a nice escape, a peaceful, it's nice, and I had my insight and practice and all that. Now it's like I'm a professional or something. I'm supposed to be a professional, so I added all these expectations, and of course, expectations cause suffering. So, but in terms of learning how to let go of things, it's made a huge, huge difference. I didn't realize what really letting go is until I came to a monastery and started following this practice. I still don't. I go through these phases where every once in a while I have this new insight of how much I'm supposed to let go, and I have this like anxiety panic attack. Oh, can I actually do that? Can I do this? And I work through it, and I develop, and I get my confidence back, and I say, yeah, I can do it. Okay, next level, next step. So. Okay, and the last one was also monastic related. Before you go forth, what are the most important things to consider? If you really, 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 really think that this is the best thing for you to do. And I had a long time between the period of time where I said, okay, I want to be a monk, and the time I came to Bhavana. It was about 4 years. And I'm 38 years old. I had a career, I had a business, I had all these things that I had to shut down to get to this point. So I had a lot of time to live life and to ponder and to think to myself. One of the things I always did, and I still do, is I question myself. I think, what is the best lay life I can have? And the lay life I was living before I came here was pretty close to that. I pretty much had a really good lay life. And then I compare that with, well, living the Dhamma, right? Living your life for the Dhamma, practicing for awakening, and also to help who you can along the way. And for years and years, that while I was asking myself, it always leaned much more heavily. I mean, I would sit down, I would ask myself this question, and I would wait for an answer. And the answer almost always was towards yeah, I want to do this. There was a time I started developing a crush, and then when I asked myself the question, it started going that way again. But that was short-lived, and here I am as a monk, right? So you really need to examine your intentions, or why you want to do this. Do you really think this is something that would be best for you, right? One of the best I got a lot of different advice when I spoke to different monks, in these 4 years, between this time I decided I want to and the time I came here. And, one of the best pieces of advice was find a place and if you can, live with the monks or try to be around the monks a lot and see how they live and talk to them and, see if that is something that you want to do. The other piece of advice I got was become a monk when becoming a monk and not becoming a monk is the same in your mind. Sounds like some kind of Zen koan, right? But it's actually much simpler than that. What the bhikkhu was talking about was that a lot of times people come, oh, I want to be a monk, and they're all gung-ho, and they have all these expectations, and they think that monk's life is going to be so much better than lay life, and that they're going to be able to, everything will just be so much better. And then you come to a monastery, and then you realize, oh, everybody has greed, hatred, and delusion. Oh, this happens in a monastery? Really? I thought I was going to leave that when I left my lay life. Right? So the only thing that changes when you go to a monastery is your geographical location. That's pretty much about it. You bring all of your baggage with you. You bring all of your greed, hatred, and delusion. So really examine your intentions of why you actually really want to do it. And if it's really something that you feel will be the most beneficial thing for you to do. And also, I think I skipped over a little bit. What I found was, thinking about what the monk told me and examining, I found that, I was okay, whether I was a lay person or I was a monk. Whatever I am, I'm a samanera. My bhikkhu ordination is in a month and a half, actually just about a month. Okay, so I become a bhikkhu. And then 5 years down the road, maybe I don't want to be a bhikkhu anymore. I don't know. What I always have, though, is my practice. My practice, whether I'm a lay person or a monastic, I always have my practice. So if you're okay, in that regard, then, you can see that you don't have too much of an attachment to this ideal version of a monastic life. Because believe me, the bubble pops. The bubble pops hard if you have a lot of idealism about monastic life and monks and all these kind of things. So, I guess that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Went over 6 minutes, so hopefully not too much. But okay, friends, thank you very much, and we'll take a quick break and come back for the last meditation for the night.